Cole's getting comfy with this.
Cozy
He's ready for this one. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Three Idiots Talking Podcast. We are back with another paid album request. As many of you might know, we have reopened our paid album request for you guys. If you want to send us some money or negotiate a price to do some paid albums, you can bump your album request to the top of the list, and we'll be forced to do it just because you paid us some money. So shout out to one of our subscribers. I don't know if he specifically wanted us to shout him out, so I won't. But if he knows who he is. And shout out to the guy who requested this one. It is going to be a single song album. That is right, a very rare single song album. One very long song called Long Season by the band Fishmans. Many of you diehard music nerds might have heard of it. I guarantee a lot of people haven't heard of it because it's not a super popular band, it's not a super popular song, but yeah, as you guys can see, it's a 35-minute song. That is a doozy. So this will be a longer one, but it will also be one where we have multiple. It's going to be a description. We might talk about the song halfway through. Maybe there's parts to this. It takes a while, so we might pause at a certain part if we have a certain thing we want to talk about. Other than that, these two know this very well. I want to hear from Cole.
By the way, this is the only reaction channel on YouTube.
Oh yeah, we are the only reaction channel that exists on YouTube. Nobody else is there.
Yep.
Nobody. But let's hear from I think Noah.
Innovative.
You probably noticed the best, right? This is one of your favorites.
It's probably pretty close between me and Cole.
Okay, well, it doesn't really matter to me. Give us a description. First of all, talk to us about the band Fishmans for just a little bit, and then explain this album song. What do we got?
I know one thing about the band Fishmans.
All right, Noah?
Yeah, like right after this, the guy who sings it fucking died. That's all I know.
Wow, that's dark.
Like a year or two after, and then the
Okay.
What was more wild to me is that there's a guy singing this.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't sound like a guy at all.
It does not sound like a guy. Completely forgot about that.
Still
I
totally forgot about that.
I was unaware.
Yeah, that's crazy. In fact, I don't think there's a single girl in this band. If you look at the album cover, I believe it shows the band right there, right?
I think it's just three dudes.
Yeah, it's just three dudes, which is, it doesn't sound like it. But anyway, it came out in 96. One song long. This is very unusual for most bands. They don't usually do a one song album. And I don't think the Fishmans did it again. I think this is it, right? I don't know their discography very well, but I do think this is the only one song album in their discography. But they are known for having some longer songs. I have seen some of their other stuff. This is the only thing I really listened to by them. What is the sort of reasoning behind this? Do we know where this idea for this Long Season song came about?
It was just something they wanted to try, honestly. I don't know, maybe they just had this really long piece and they were just like, it works as a singular thing, so why not just release it as one thing?
Hey,
They're being a little experimental with it.
certainly not the first very long song we reviewed. If anyone was there for our days when we reviewed anything by Godspeed, essentially, or anything off Lift Your Skinny Fist Like Antennas to Heaven, we have already done 20+ minute long songs on this channel, so it will be the longest song we reviewed, but it won't be the longest. Let's get into it. Long Season by the Fishmans, and let's go. Turn it down just a little bit. There we go. I forgot the lyrics are like in Japanese, right?
Yeah.
They're in some language that is not English.
I'm getting excited. This is a fun time.
Its season is getting long.
Oh
Wow.
yeah.
Great bass line, just right off the bat. Great bass line.
Guitar tones on this song are immaculate.
They're very cool. Thank you, Fishman's very cool.
Feels weird being able to actually read these lyrics. Now, you can read these lyrics. Wow, good for you. You learned Japanese. Is it Japanese?
Yeah.
I love that background right there. Cole's getting comfy with this.
Cozy
Oh,
little.
Joey.
Get off.
Cam.
He's ready for this one. Oh, that's actually dope, AT Field. Lyric translations in the chat if you guys want to read it. What?
I wish I didn't have a monitor right there so I could just put stuff like that.
Sounds like you just need to back up a little.
That keyboard lick.
That just hits different.
The slide. That slide makes me bust every time.
What a melody. Oh, yeah. Give me that.
Hands porno audition.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Settle down.
It's like every instrumental decision they make on the start of this makes so much sense, and it's something like, it's like, yes, that's what I wanted. Oh,
You just get lost in it.
you really do. You know, it's gonna be so cool one day. Is when we can do an album like this, or really any album, and we just all sitting in like a couch, just a roundabout couch, with all of us just chilling, stretched out, listening to music. It's gonna be great one day.
I still can't believe that's a guy.
You gotta move it a little further away, because it just sounds like when you talk sometimes.
First time that you played this for me, Cole, you had me guess whether it was a guy or a girl. And I guessed girl.
I can't believe it either.
Especially when he hits his high notes. I can't believe it. Male human sounded made that sound.
Wow, AT Field, that's awesome that you know this. Great horn.
I don't think that's a horn.
I think you mean like a keyboard or organ, something like that.
Incredible way they made it sound like a horn.
Think of a drum groove. And that's like a accordion type sound.
Well, you know what this keyboard sounds like? This repeated melody?
What?
It sounds like DJ Shadow's introducing.
What song?
A couple different ones, because he has a couple of them on that album that have the same melody.
I heard a little bit.
What's up, Maddie Porty Los Angeles? I hope I said your name right.
Does Kendrick come in? He comes in around the 23rd minute.
Was Yoko ever this chill? I have hardly listened to Yoko Ono at all, so I would not be able to tell you that.
I doubt it.
What anime song, Hebo? Or do you not remember? That's part one. Do we want to break down that part one right there real quick? Or do we want to just let it play out? All right, let's break that down in part one. I think we can talk about this in a little different part. So let's rate part one. I think that's fair. All right. Who wants to start?
We're gonna rate each of the parts.
Yeah, I think we should.
Let's just talk. I think
Let's
we should talk about
Okay,
the parts.
fine. We won't even. All right, we'll rate the song at the end. All right, Noah. Part one. Long seasons. How you feeling?
Feeling very happy to be listening to this song.
Okay.
The bass sounds amazing. Some really nice playing. The various different keyboard sounds they've been using. They've been writing great melodies. There's one that sounds a little like a horn. There's one that's like an accordion that we just heard. The guitar tone's been amazing. Not really tones I've
Reach.
heard very much before, and I appreciate that a lot. The vocals are extremely unique. And I think he sounds really good. The drums have had a great groove, great sound. I mean, I'm just having a very good time.
Yeah, I want to back up what you said about that, specifically about the melody, because oh my gosh, this melody is fucking awesome. There's very rare times where you get a repeated melody that sounds good, and this nails it. I mean, just drills it. I could listen to this the whole song. It might get boring 30 minutes in, but to nail it we're almost 9 minutes into this song already, and it doesn't feel like it. It just feels like we're chilling. Like we're just having some fun. This is just a hangout, and it's such a cool vibe they've created at the start. You know, we just did Radiohead's OK Computer. It was such an atmospheric. This is just a vibe. We're just vibing along with them. Obviously, it's Japanese lyrics. Unless you're like A.T. Field, who knows the literal translation of the lyrics, you're not going to know this. But you don't really care because it sounds beautiful. It's peaceful. It's an incredible melody with an incredible keyboard tone that's fantastic. I don't got much else to say about that so far. We'll see how much changes in part two. Cole, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with what y'all said. It's a very mellow vibe right now. It's just very happy sounding, and it's just a great time. The melodies are great, the production's great, the vocal performance is really good.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Very emotional, which I always enjoy. But yeah, I mean, it's really just about creating the kind of atmosphere that they're in, and they're doing a great job so far. Very chill.
You look at the cover of this song, it looks like they're on a walk in a park, right? And that's the exact vibe they're creating right now, which is just awesome. Creating that type of like walking along in a forest, in a park, just chilling.
I think they're
boys.
fishing.
They might. Are they?
The fishermen are fishing.
Let's see. Oh yeah, those are definitely fishing rods.
To fish there. Oh,
so cool.
To fish there.
What an absolute bunch
what
of
I
chads.
what I would give to fish there.
All right, let's get back into long season part two. Gets a little different now. Pulling out
It's gonna get real different at the third part.
Bringing that beautiful melody back.
I think that's like a kalimba.
Is it? What?
Kalimba.
I don't know what that instrument is.
It's an instrument you play with your thumbs. It's used on the Minecraft soundtrack.
Oh my!
No,
Oh,
it's handheld.
wow. No idea what this music or band is, but I'm interested. Well, you should be, because this song is fantastic.
They use reverb and echo, whichever one they're using, so well. They use it so well. That is an effect that can go so wrong so quickly, but they use it wonderfully.
Yeah, reverb and echo they're pretty much the same thing, but I think reverb's just a popular term.
Now we get the English.
Get around the season, baby.
I love that this is just slightly off. It's a nice contrast to the melody. It keeps the melody going and interesting. The additionals throughout. Oh wow, that's awesome, Hugo. I've always wanted to go to Japan. Always. Wow.
They just keep adding stuff, and it
They
just
do.
keeps working.
It's incredible. I mean, how many different instruments can you add into the same melody and still make it sound like it fits? Over and over and over again. How is a dude making
How is
this
that a
noise?
guy?
How is a dude making a falsetto that way? Incredible range. I don't know, Hugo. I don't know. How is he getting higher? Enhancing it.
That is
Sounds
a
like he
really,
got kicked in the balls.
that's a really incredible vocal moment.
How?
It is.
How is that even physically possible as a male?
Listen to them drums drumming.
Without even breaking your pitch either. It's not like he's screeching.
Listen to that dripping in the background.
It's incredible how many, every time they bring in a new instrument, it plays a different melody, and they're all just fantastic melodies.
And then you know what? They're keeping the same overall melody though. Just different instruments. They're changing it. But they're changing the instrument, but that background melody is still the same no matter what the instrument is.
Yeah, it's very impressive how they can add and remove parts without making a whole deal out of it.
Yeah.
Keeping the vibe going.
They do
Because
sound
it
like
just moves so
raindrops.
Yeah.
may got actual background water, just adding more effects to it.
Type of sounds I hear at a Taco Bell bathroom.
Okay. We were in such a good mood, and then you do that. Of course you do. Oh my god, every time the image is wrong with you.
Go get ready, it's gonna happen for a while.
Oh my god. Such a bad person.
Alright, we're now on part 3.
That's part 3. Let's give a quick little review of part 2. Doesn't have to take so long. Cole, start us off.
What a vocal performance. Honestly, I think that's the main, really the standout piece right there. Just wow. Like, I mean, putting aside the fact that I can't believe that that's a guy singing because it sounds so much like a girl, but he's still killing it.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's still doing an amazing job. Yeah, just the vocal performance is always what stands out to me there because it's just an incredible vocal performance. And I mean, it carries over from the first part, but like one of the best compliments I can give music is when everything about your song or whatever just moves so naturally. Everything just makes sense of what you're doing, even when you're taking things out, putting new things in. You know, putting in new things that are playing a different melody or riff than other things that you've taken out or whatever, like it just all makes sense. Everything moves incredibly naturally and it sounds great.
No, I completely agree. It's flow. The flow of this song is phenomenal. It doesn't, you hardly even can tell when we switch into a different part or we're going into a different area because it doesn't feel like you've gone and changed it up that much. Like I was saying, Noah brought up the instruments and how the melody changed, but it didn't even sound like the melody changed because the instruments were still playing the same sort of background beat that they've been playing, just they kept switching them out. Keyboard out, drum snare in, different types of instruments, the thumb instrument, the cymbal or whatever you called it, instrument comes in, then it comes out. The water droplets, the kalimba, the water droplets even fit in this so well. It's incredible how they're taking all these different effects and slicing them in and out, but still keeping that melody just rocking and rolling the whole time they go through. And the vibe has not changed. It's incredible. I don't got much else to say. Noah.
Yeah, I'll kind of just double down on what Cole said about, how they're able to seamlessly add and remove parts while keeping the overall groove of the song. It's very impressive. When you add this much reverb, things tend to sound a little underwater, so at least that's the vibe I get. So the added sound effects, I think, at least for me, add to the immersion of the song. Big fan.
Big immersion guy.
I am a big immersion guy.
All right, let's keep going. You ruined that for me, Noah. Those water droplets just ruined.
Things are about to get a little wacky here soon.
Were the water droplets that much of a highlight for you?
I like them.
Least favorite part of the song. Easily.
Yes, I know, and it hurts because I know what you're going to rate it at the end.
New word of the day.
Do you know what that sound reminds me of? You know those toy tubes where you flip it?
Oh yeah.
And it makes that's what that sound reminds me of.
Well, they might have used. I wouldn't be surprised if they used one to do that.
I do not know what that is.
You're not a real 2000s kid.
I grew up in the 2000s.
Yeah, then that. I don't know what's wrong with you.
It's like the droplet sound is getting louder.
Fix the problem.
It's not really that, but okay, I will. It's more just like when you first start talking. You just kind of put it too close at the start, and then you pull it back.
Yeah, it's first stream of us doing it like this, so we'll learn the voice volume versus mic distance meta as we go.
The meta. It's a test. We're testing it out. We'll adjust Cole a little bit afterwards. Now, I won't lie. This is where this song has lost me a little bit sometimes. This part. It almost sounds a little silly.
This is such a weird album.
Song. I don't know if this is a hot take, but I fuck with this.
It's a little bit of a hot take. This is kind of getting a little weird with it.
Part 4 is my favorite part.
Indeed, Cosmic. We will be covering the live album of this band.
I don't hear a lot of drum solos in this psychedelic.
I don't think they can hear you, Cole. You're a little too far.
The drum sound is fucking crazy. Like, especially like the snare. There's some, or just the way they mic'd it in general, the sounds so, like, lo-fi.
Lo-fi is a good term for this, you're right. This guy is going absolutely ballistic right now in one of the most calm melodies ever. This guy is losing his fucking mind on the drums. The laser effect is so cool. It's going out of his mind. This is psychedelic. There's no doubt about that.
Okay, let's end it part
All
3.
right. God. Part 3. Yeah, let me start that one because that one is just, man, is that intense. This drummer just comes in and somebody just lights a little fire under his ass because he just goes for 5 basically minutes of pure bashing the shit in rhythm of the drum, but it's mic'd so well that it doesn't sound like in your ear like super loud. Like Noah said, it sounds lo-fi almost, but it fits because it's the same, because of the way it's recorded, it's the same vibe as the rest of it, and you still got those background sound effects, the water droplet, the space laser that comes in for every now and then, the wind chimes. They all add to this very nice day at the park type of feeling and vibe. But you got this drummer just going absolutely just banging the shit out of these drums in rhythm. It's such a cool contrast. I don't really know what else to say. It's just unique. It's different. It's not, nobody was really doing this shit. It's very psychedelic. And I gotta appreciate the vibe they created again with this. Cole?
Where do I need to hold the mic? Too
Right a bit
close?
there. Right there is perfect.
Okay. I suppose if I have a least favorite part of this, it's this part. I'm not a big fan of the water dropping sounds.
I still don't love that.
Okay, so Cole, it's a mix of the distance and the volume in which you're speaking.
Nah, we'll fix it afterwards.
What do you want me to do?
You're fine
about it
right now. You're
is-
fine right now.
Saying that is not helpful.
We will fix it
All right.
after the stream. Just continue.
But I mean, the drum solo is pretty bonkers. Kind of just goes off for a minute there. Which is really cool. I don't know. I guess I feel like it doesn't mesh quite as well as the other parts do.
That's a fair point.
It's still interesting. It's very psychedelic. It's a bit. It's probably the one part of the song that I would maybe describe as experimental. I don't really know if I would call this experimental music per se, but it certainly it teeters on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it blends as well as the other parts, but it's still pretty interesting.
Okay. Noah?
Loving it. Big fan. Big psychedelia guy over here. Big fan of that drum solo. Big fan of how everything was mic'd and how they edited it in post, as they say, as I read off of chat and stole for myself.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, I wonder how much of that is recorded live and if anything is looped, because it's pretty crazy.
Well, I've definitely heard some of the drumming was definitely played over itself, dubbed over for sure. So
That's what I was imagining, because that seems like it'd be a lot for one person to do
for
continuously.
That long. Yeah.
But no,
Alright.
that part is amazing. Oh, it's time for the best part.
I agree. I do think the water droplets did get a little annoying after a while, though. Just a little too loud. All right, part 4.
Beep.
We will fix it in post. Yes. Luckily, we can do that. We'll figure out his sound.
This is one of my favorite guitar tones I've ever heard, by the way.
Almost sounds like a video game.
It's so amazing. It's so lo-fi and shitty sounding. I love it. And like just the melody it's playing is gorgeous.
What's up, Alex Hates? Well, if you love the 98 live version, stay tuned because we're going to do that one as well. Not tonight, but different, another stream.
What a vibe.
Well, so there's not a whole lot you can say right now. Just enjoy it. could just go ba 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 and make that sound good.
God, your melody
Beatles
writing.
levels of melody writing right there.
It's interesting how they intentionally make things lo-fi, like the guitar and the vocals right now.
Yeah. Seems to me the things they want to stand out the most, they filter lo-fi sounding.
I never really have the urge to sing along to something, but this right here, yeah, this gets me.
God, it just makes you want to sway back and forth.
Yeah, it's hurting me right now.
Yeah, it's incredible production. You're right. This echo effect they're adding.
We are now in part 5.
Wow. Well, that was part 4. What a not a whole lot really to say about that, because that's just an enjoy right there. That's just a vibe, a sway to type of melody and instrumental they just created. There wasn't a ton going on. There was an incredible production level of bringing once again another piece of the instrumental into lo-fi, or a piece of in this case the singing, into lo-fi, to really let it stand out in contrast to the rest of the instrumental. Something they've been doing this whole time with different parts is trying to contrast things that they really want you to focus on, and then let the melody be the background to it, that they've been doing this whole time. Amazing work. No, you look like you want to say something.
I'd love to. This is my favorite part of the song. They kind of just stick to one melody, but I think it's an amazingly written melody. I think the tone on that guitar is glorious. I think the vocal melody is amazing. I think he sounds amazing. I'm just a fan of them sticking to it for such a long time and really letting it stew in your brain, letting you really chill out.
100%.
And yeah, and all the little sounds in the background that help build the atmosphere. This is like masterful stuff right here.
Cool.
That's some happy sounding shit right there.
Damn straight.
That's some real happy shit going on, and it puts you in a nice headspace, puts you in a nice mood. You feel the vibe right away. Yeah, it's just a very happy piece of music right there.
Oh,
I don't really have much else to say about it.
No, I just sway with it. I just sway with it the whole time. All right, part 5. First impression. What? 4.0. James Diamond. Gotta love him. But sir, you are wrong on this one. You argue this album is stronger prog rock, a prog pop, and post rock than a dream pop one. Well, there we go.
I'm not sure if I've heard enough of progressive pop to make that judgment.
Shredding that violin as hard as he can down it. Or not a
Making it
violin.
squeal,
It sounds
perchance?
like
Yeah, it
maybe-
is.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell if it was like a. Oh my.
Okay, it was not that bad. Settle down.
Don't remember this part. And they bring that the first melody coming back again. It's literally just doot doot ding, doot doot ding. Just really quick.
I'd like to wonder how much time went into the making of this.
You know what? I bet this for like prog rock, prog pop fans. I bet this melody is the same thing when they hear the first couple notes of this. Is the same same reaction comes from people who hear the first note of "Runaway" by Kanye. Same reaction.
Ding. Ding.
Lose their mind.
Funky ass bass.
Oh yeah. And we've reached the end of the lyrics.
Oh yeah.
It's back.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna let the boys shine for the rest of the album. There you go, boys.
Right there. That slide right there. That's it. Oh. Glorious.
That fucking bass.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you like this?
Everything happened.
It'll come, Alex, don't worry.
Give me a little guitar solo right now.
Wow.
Let that bitch ring out.
Hey, just. It just plays so well with everything else. There's your accordion solo.
Such a simple solo. But, like, it was incredibly tasteful. It was gorgeous.
You know what, fuck it, we play the rest of the song, let's do it. They trying to be STS9? Who? Who or what?
I'm not sure who that is.
Sector 9. I have never heard of those people.
No idea.
I'd like to go first, by the way.
Bitch out, man. Now that ending's playing in Noah's Trap House for sure.
All of it is.
Long season by Fishmans. Noah, you said you wanted to go first with your ranking, your review, so let's have it.
What's your top 3?
Top 3, part 5, part 4, part 1.
Wow. Right.
Well, it goes part 5 at the top, I guess, because I guess that's not my new favorite. And then part 4 at 2, part 1 at 3. I'm
Gotcha.
only going to talk about that part that we just had because we already talked about all the previous ones.
Sure.
They just took pretty much all the most amazing sections of the song and said, you know what, let's just run it again. Along with a amazing, very tasteful guitar solo, very well done and great tone. I couldn't have imagined them really ending it any other way. So yeah, I see nothing to critique with this song.
Ooh,
This
boy.
is it's a 10.
Oh!
So since it's a 1-song album, 110 equals the album's a 10. Therefore, it's one of the 29 albums I've ever heard that I think is a 10.
Wow. There we have it. Noah breaking it down for a 10. Okay. All right. Cole. Let's see if he follows suit.
Well, I mean, this song and album it's an incredible just soundscape, sound collage, really. All the parts of it just blend really damn seamlessly into each other. And the last 10 minutes of this song is just spectacular. I mean, it's just incredible. Yeah, I mean, the only part that I'm not really that into is the like water dropping part of it, whatever you want to call that section.
It does go for a while.
That part kind of just pulls me out of the experience a little bit, but overall, I mean, I think this song is a masterpiece. Yeah, a bizarre, strange, multifaceted
Big word.
masterpiece.
Big words. Multifaceted.
Yeah, I mean, but 99% of this works incredibly well for me. So I'm feeling a 9 and
9.5.
Me and
Yeah.
Cole have had this
9
talk about
and
this
a
album.
half.
We've had this talk about this album multiple times, and hearing him say that every time doesn't hurt less. It hurts the same every single time.
So I'm kind of gonna lean a bit more towards Cole here. I'm not gonna lie.
Fuck you.
I do love the psychedelia of this album. I love the progressions. I love the flow. I love the changing of the instrumentals, the melody, and yet the melody remains the same for about 2 to 3 parts. Then they switch it up and they go into this middle area where a ton of solos come in. Drum solos, guitar solos, keyboard solos. They bring in a bunch of different solos throughout the middle 20-ish or so. Love that. Love that they changed it up and didn't just keep the melody repeating. And then the last part, they just bring in the melody again. They bring in the instrumentals again. They add them in each part. That was great. Like Noah said, they brought it and stacked it and stacked it and stacked it on top of each other, but made it sound perfect and sound like it belonged. And then they let the instruments ride it out for the last 5 minutes. No more singing. They take away the lyrics. No, not even really humming or anything till like the very end. And they let that instrumental ride, and it's fantastic. I love that. I agree about the water plopping sound. I wouldn't care as much if they didn't make it so big and loud at some points where it's like almost the only thing happening. That does get a little annoying because they do it for like 5+ minutes, and it kind of it says, especially at some points where it sounds like it's hitting a bucket at the same time. It's like it's echoing effect. Not the biggest fan of that part. Outside of that, everything about this would be a 10. So I'm going to go a 9 to a 9.5 on this one because boy, do they nail everything else about this. I just didn't feel the need to have that go for that long. It wasn't anywhere near the quality level as the rest of it. So yeah, 9 to a 9.5. There it is. That is our final ranking of Long Season by Fishmans. Thank you so much to our subscriber who paid for this album. Reminder, if you guys want to pay for more album requests, there's a whole bunch of ways to do it in the description of all our videos, all our live streams. You can DM us on Twitter, you can DM us on Discord, you can join our Discord server and message us there if you want to. Whole bunch of different ways. Go check us out. Remember to leave a like down below, hit subscribe, hit the bell to get notified when we go live. We do all our album reviews live on stream. Thank you so much to the person who subscriber requested this one. We have more to come as well. Alongside our Pink Floyd and Radiohead discographies, our next video will be Pink Floyd's second album, Saucer Full of Secrets. Saucer Full of Secrets. Couldn't remember if I remember that. Saucer Full of Secrets will be our next live stream. I believe we'll be doing it tomorrow. Maybe. We'll figure that one out, but we should be doing it tomorrow. I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to join the Discord down below, also in the link description of every video and every live stream. And thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Zoom.